Hey friends! I decided I want to do a little midweek reading vlog. This week I'm trying to have a really reading focused week and I'm doing good so far. I think I've read about almost 200 or 300 pages so far. But normally I only do weekend reading vlogs, but I feel in my bones that my freedom is coming to a halt. I'm manifesting a job by doing all this reading now, but like, I don't know, I feel like I need to have a reading focused week while I have the time, and I want to use this time to read some new releases or new-ish releases. And so we are going to have a wild reading vlog. I'm going to read some wild books. And to start, I'm reading Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. This is the second book in the Emily Wilde series, the first being Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I read that a couple vlogs ago, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute and cozy, and so I picked up the second book a little while back. I actually started reading it on a stream, but decided I just need to finish it. I haven't been streaming much, so I just want to finish that. And then the second book I have is another new release called Lore of the Wilds. So hence all the wild references, the wild reading weekend. I believe it's romantasy. This is a romantasy book I've been anticipating for a little bit. I keep seeing the author's threads and people talk about it on social media, and I was like, fine, I will go get it. I will go buy it. So I'm excited to read this and see how it is. The cover art is so striking, so beautiful. So I'm excited to dive down into these books and see what's up. It's currently Tuesday. We're about to head out in a couple minutes, but I'm gonna play with a new toy we got today, which is a robot vacuum. The robot vacuum is sleeping right now, but I'm gonna get that started up, and then we're gonna go get dinner. We're gonna do a little happy hour, and then I'm gonna buckle down and do some reading tonight, I think. Here we go. I feel like I've hit my peak. This is what adulthood is. It's getting a robot vacuum because I feel like I don't have time to clean. I hate vacuuming so much, and I hate sweeping even more. When the both of us were working full time, it felt impossible to get all the cleaning done and have the house feel clean, and then you step on crumbs and then you get incredibly mad. But this seems to be working so far. It's kind of cool to watch it map. It's just figuring out what's everything right now, and I think that's so cool. We are playing Wormspan. We just got it yesterday. Or we unboxed it yesterday. We got it over the weekend, but it's so pretty. Look at all the dragon artwork. It's all watercolor based artwork, and I just think it's so cool. We also got the premium piece upgrade. So there's like wooden bits. There's metal coins, which are super cool. More bits over here. And yeah, we're gonna be playing some of this tonight. I need to redeem myself because he beat me yesterday really badly. L. I've lost yet again. When is it my turn?
Sorry.
Good morning, my friends. It is late morning. I've had a busy time trying to figure out some stuff. I got an email at like 1 a.m. about my health insurance not auto paying and that I'm overdue, and I'm like, what is going on? And their website was so slow, and I've been dealing with that all morning. And now I'm working on a TikTok about board games, and I feel like I fall into this trap once a year where I make a board game video and it blows up and suddenly I have to talk about board games. And I love board games, you know. I share all my cozy hobbies on my social media, but I fall into this trap, and I'm not like super knowledgeable on board games. I'm kind of new to board games, like as of like 2 years ago, 2022. And now I give board game advice, which doesn't seem right, but I have a few hot takes I'll be sharing on my TikTok, so that is what I'm preparing for right now. And then we will get into some reading and stuff and things. We did get an exciting package. Guess what it is. Nook's Cranny and Rosie's house arrived today. This was the other Animal Crossing Lego set I really wanted, and I didn't see them in stores, so I got it. And oh my gosh, my friend Maddie, if you're watching this, she watched my video and she called me out on something I've done in all of my Lego unboxing videos. But apparently I don't know how to open these boxes right. Because there are in fact little like buttons for you to pop into so you can open the box easier. I just like rip apart the box. We are going to open up this box. Because I thought it was glued together this whole time. And I guess it's not. So this time I will properly open it. And they also sent some free gifts along because my order was over a certain price. They sent this Lego Friends set, which is an interesting add-on. So that's there. They sent maple and like a pumpkin garden and like a tree. So I can add this into my set. So maple is here now. So cute. I don't know when I'm gonna build that. I'm probably gonna save it for like a weekend when I don't have much to do, because I'm really trying to buckle down and read this week. So I may hold off on building this, probably not this week, but I really wanna have a reading focused weekend. And I say this as I'm about to go upstairs and get Calico, the board game, downloaded on my computer. Calico released a video game version of their game just recently, and Peter's been playing it, and I want to play it too. It looks so cute, all the little animations and the cats. There's like cat paws that come out to take pieces, and you can pet the cats and wake up the cats, and it just looks so cute. And I really like Calico, and I'm kind of in the mood to play Calico, the board game. But I'm gonna go upstairs, get that downloaded, and do some more reading. I haven't told you what this book is about. Come over here. This is book 2 of the Emily Wilde series. I think that's what it's called. Yes, the Emily Wilde series. This is Emily Wilde's map of the Otherlands. I'm trying to figure out how to describe this without going into too much detail about, you know, what happens in the first book, because this is the second book in the series. But Emily Wilde is a professor at Cambridge. She studies dryadology, which is the study of fairies and the fae folk. She studies the fair folk. She goes on a research trip in, I believe it's a Scandinavian country. Along the way, her colleague Wendell Bamblebee comes along and kind of messes up her plans and gets in her business. It's a cozy story about fairies and just Emily Wilde's adventures and what she is doing as a professor. It's very cozy, very easygoing. I think it's really cute, really heartwarming, and I had fun reading the first book, so I ended up buying the second book. I actually bought the first book as well. I wonder if I can find it real quick. If you watched my vlog, I made like a cozy reading vlog a while ago when I read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I actually ended up buying the book, and so I have this soft paperback Barnes & Noble exclusive. It is beautiful. I wish I had the soft cover. I think that's what people are calling this. It's like a hardback, but it's like printed on. The library book I checked out when I read it had that like soft cover, and so is this one. So I wish they matched a little bit more, but I still think they're both beautiful, and the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition is really pretty. So I picked that up when I got the new book, but that is what we are reading. This is a continuation of the events that happened in the first book. Some stuff kind of goes down, and so Emily is just on an adventure to now make her map of the Otherlands and help out her friends.
fresh bread.
Looking good. Groceries have been acquired.
Got broccoli. Oh, my receipt went in this bag. Green onions, pecans, bag salad for lunch, graham crackers, flaked coconut, butterscotch chips, and sweetened condensed milk. I'm making magic bars for dessert tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm really irritated right now by my health insurance. I just went to pick up a prescription and they're like, we don't accept your insurance here. And the reason why I went there was because my last insurance wasn't accepted anywhere else other than there. So I need to make a couple phone calls this morning, and then hopefully I can take a second and relax. Good morning. I'm feeling very low energy, so I made myself a cup of green tea because I probably feel this way because I haven't had any coffee. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel really like off balance, really low energy. I am in need of some just like rest. I think I need to put comfy pants back on. I think just like this period of waiting to hear back from job interviews, job applications, especially the interviews I'm still waiting to hear back on. Just kind of has me feeling in like a funk, and this whole like insurance situation. I'm doing a lot of complaining. I'll live at the end of the day. But trying to pick myself back up. Got some reading to do, waiting for my tea to cool down. I think I'm gonna put on comfy pants because how am I supposed to be happy in jeans? I am forced to be sad if I'm chilling in jeans. So. Magic bars came out of the pan okay. For context, we're having some friends over and so we gotta get cooking. I've been working on dishes, but these look tasty. They're pretty easy to make, so. Good morning, my friends. It is Friday. I've had quite the morning. Just spent applying for jobs and such. I actually heard back from one of the jobs I interviewed for, and unfortunately they've decided to go a different direction. So I took some time to process that yesterday, and we keep moving forward. You know, that's all you can really do. You keep moving forward, you keep doing what you can. In other news, I have signed up for a pottery class, a 5-week pottery class, which I'm pretty excited for because I was like, you know, I'm not gonna get a job in the next 2 weeks because at least every company does 2 interviews, and the 2 interviews take place at best 1 week after the other. So for at least 2 weeks, I won't have another job. And so I just decided to sign up for this 5-week pottery course and hope I can make something beautiful and just have fun with it. I feel like I've been in need of something to, I don't know, something to change, and I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely hard right now. We get through it. I'll be okay, I promise. We are doing just fine over here. But today, I want to finish Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lens. I think we're just getting into the meat of the story here. I don't know how much I can say without it being spoilery, but we're kind of reaching what the synopsis on the back told us. And I think we're getting into the more action-y bits. So I'm curious to see where this goes and how it ends. And today I also would like to film a Gateway board games video. I decided I would make a series about Gateway board games. And it's unfortunate that TikTok requires 10K followers to build playlists and stuff, because I feel like my TikTok channel is just all over the place. There's so many different videos of so many different niches, and it would be so great to organize this series, because I've already made a different kind of video that's unrelated to the series. So now it's just all messed up.
Today's video that I'm gonna film is about if your friend group constantly plays Cards Against Humanity, here are some games you should try next to move on from. Because if there's one thing about me, I hate Cards Against Humanity. I do not think it's funny. It gets old really quickly. I don't think I've played it since like I was a freshman in college. It's just not my thing. So I think I'm gonna read, and then whenever Peter is free, I may enlist his help in some filming. We'll see where the day takes us. Oh, one thing else I forgot to mention, we're seeing Dune Part 2 today. I'm excited to see it. I've seen so many reviews about it and just comparing it to like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and these beloved fantasy franchises. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it is. We're going with some friends that we really like, and so I'm just ready to be energized, feel a bit more energy. We're headed into the weekend, looking forward to some fun things. And I hope to finish this book so we can move on to Lore of the Wild, because that was what was promised this vlog, and it's been an entire week of reading Emily Wilds. I don't remember when I started this. I've read another book this week. I read another book at the beginning of the week. That's the other thing. So I'm coming down off of a YA book. I read a YA horror book called White Smoke for my book club with my friends. I didn't really like it. Coming down off that, it was very much so written for young adult audiences, like very young audiences, and it tackled some interesting issues like gentrification and addiction, and I just think it missed a mark on the horror front. Yeah, and just it was not for me in general. I don't really like horror, and I'm not really a big fan of YA anymore. I feel like I've grown out of it, and I feel like the writing style is just not something I'm into anymore. But coming off of that, you know, the YA writing style was so easy to understand. It was just like bam, 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 like I got it. And reading this book, I feel like the writing in this book is just so heady. I need to like dial in on it, and I feel like I'm having a hard time focusing on what Heather Fawcett is saying to me, what Emily Wilde is saying to me. It's just written so like fluffy, and there's so many descriptor words, and Emily speaks so fluffily, and so I'm having a little bit of a hard time focusing on it, which is why I'm only about like halfway through the book, but I'm working on it. So okay, I'm gonna shut up now and see if we can film this TikTok. It's lunchtime. These are the board games we just filmed. This is my favorite party game ever, Monikers. It's just charades, one-word descriptions, and long descriptions, and you have a set of cards you choose from, and you create a lot of inside jokes. It's a lot of fun, lots of laughs. Just one. It's a one word. Pick just one word and one word to describe it. And then two different code names. We don't actually own actual code names. We have code names Deep Undercover. It's a little NSFW. And then we have code names Duet, which is a cooperative version. But these are the games we filmed, and I'm done with that. And now I think I need to spend the rest of my afternoon reading, because I've done absolutely no reading today. So we're gonna get on it right now. It's another like really sunny day. I'm like, I wanna go outside. I wanna be outside. Hiking season is coming soon. Happy Saturday. It is currently 1 o'clock and I've done no reading today. This is the thesis of this vlog. No reading was done today. I really want to finish Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands today. I don't know if I will, because today we are going to a board game event, and we're carpooling, so maybe I'll bring my book and I'll just read it in the back of the car, and we're gonna play board games like all night, so I don't know about time. We saw Dune last night. That was great. I ended the night with a really bad stomach ache. I don't think I'm doing movie theater popcorn anymore.
after that, but I just went straight to bed. And then we did our taxes this morning. It's just been a morning of being like an adult. We did taxes, looked at our budget. We have like a weekly budget meeting. It's been adulting and I'm tired of being an adult. I think this was the most exciting part of the Costco haul, was the paperback edition of Happy Place. On the shelf, right next to the hardback version of Happy Place. Ta-da! There we have it. Good morning. Good morning. I swear I'm gonna finish this book today. I think I have maybe about like 30 or 40 pages left. I'm gonna finish this book when we go out and get breakfast and coffee. I'm bringing the book with and we're gonna finish it and then we're gonna start Lord of the Wilds. This book is cute. I feel like that's the best way to describe this book. It's cute. I feel like Wendell has been out of the book for the most part, and he's like my favorite part of the book. I love Wendell Bamblebee. He reminds me so much of Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3, and I think he's so funny. I love his mannerisms, and he is like out of the book for like half of it, which is unfortunate. I think it's really cute to watch how Emily and Wendell care for each other and just watch them grow throughout book 1 and 2. They really obviously care for each other and it's really nice to just see their friendship and their relationship bloom. But yes, my goal is to finish this today. Last night we got home at like midnight. We were playing board games all night. It felt like just like this little board game party. It was really cool and I hope to go back in the future. We found the Everdell big box. They had it out and they said we could play with whatever games were on the shelves and stuff. And so we had the Everdell big box and I love Everdell. We own base Everdell. And we only played with one of the expansions, but it had all of the really nice pieces, all of the deluxe pieces. So it had like the holders for the materials and resources, and it had the upgraded meeples. There were more meeples. It had all of the expansions, but we only played with one expansion. We played with New Leaf because it was getting late, and we were like, we'll just play with one expansion so that way we don't have to learn a bunch of new rules. And it went so well. I really want the Everdell big box now. It's on sale, but sale is $290. So I think I'm gonna need to take some time to save up for it. But I really want it. I think it's so cool. But for sure, I really want New Leaf because I feel like that really added to the game. Just when you're playing base Everdell, especially with 2 people, you don't cycle through cards very quickly. So you only see like the top portion of the deck. But with this New Leaf add-on, there's a spot on the board that'll help you cycle cards quicker. And so we went through like over half of the deck during our session. And it was just a whole lot of fun. And yeah, now I really want the Everdell big box, but we'll see. We'll see what the future has in store. But for now, we are gonna go to breakfast, we're gonna eat, and then I want to get this book done and start Lord of the Wilds because I promised I would do that this reading vlog, and this book has taken up like 90% of the reading. Okay, that's all I have to say. I've done it. I have finished the book. And I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I feel like this book is a lot more adventurous than the first one in the series. I feel like there's a bit more going on than the first entry, but I wish there was more Wendell still. I do really like Wendell. And I almost wish they made more use of the unreliable narrator. There are bits in the book where Emily says things like, if I recall correctly, if my memory doesn't fail me, because she's going through the fairy realms, and there's like a fog over her mind basically, that to make her kind of forget things in bits and pieces. I wish they almost made more use of that. There is a chapter in this book, just like the first one, where Wendell takes over and fills in her journal for her, kind of clear things up. But I almost wish they made more use of that. I think it's an interesting mechanic. And to think we can't really trust Emily. Like, Emily is very straightforward. She's a scholar at heart. She's super straightforward, and you can almost always believe what she's telling you. But sometimes, you know, you're not too sure. And then Wendell fills in the bits, but I liked it. So yes, on to the next book.
Two wives, a husband.
All right, reshuffle, please. I swear to God, I shuffled these so hard. No, we're reshuffling. That's too many.
The shuffling in question.
Yeah. Get shuffling. Never though, you don't run into 3 wives in one hand.
We shuffled.
Oh, I need to shuffle again.
He's mad. He's mad about my opening hand. I got husband, wife, and a farm. He's mad. I am a couple of chapters into Lore of the Wilds. Lore of the Wilds, I think, is about a girl named Lore. She is 21 and her village is ran by the Fae. And the Fae are kind of the predominant people group in this world they're in. Or so from their perspective it is. The Fae have taken Lore away to organize an enchanted library, and I'm not really sure where this goes from here. It sounds like there will be 2 Fae she makes a deal with, as seen from the cover of the book. I don't even know if I've shown the cover, the dust jacket. It is a beautiful dust jacket, but there are 2 Fae she strikes a deal with, and she falls in love with both of them, I presume. I'm hoping this does something like a little bit different than the other Fae books that are in existence right now. I'm expecting this to feel like a really mainstream Fae novel. I think the thing I liked about Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies is just it was a different take on the Fae, and from like a scholarly lens, and instead of just the Fae are beautiful, evil, sexy creatures, and I'm gonna be in love with one of them. You know, I feel like that's kind of the mainstream lens on the Fae right now. And so that's why I really liked Emily Wilde's series, and just a different take. It was really refreshing to read. I think the thing that draws me most to this book is just, you know, it's written by a Black author. The Fae we see in this book are Black. The main characters are Black, and I feel like, you know, I do not see myself in these fairy tale books. You know, they're mostly, the popular ones are written all by white women. If a character is described as tall, dark, and handsome, he is not Black. He is just broody. He is not tan-skinned. He just is always in a mood, you know? It's really important to me to read a book where I see myself in it and see other Black characters in it. And I hope this book does something different and just puts a unique, fresh take on it. But I do think it's really important to have representation in the space, and I'm glad to see it. And I will happily read this book, and it makes me happy to see someone with beautiful curly hair as the main character. I gotta read it. I gotta support my people. Yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm excited for the Enchanted Library. I love the sound of that. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. But yeah, I'm just about like 5 chapters in. So I guess my camera's gonna die, so I'm gonna throw this on the charger for a bit, and then I will come back with an update. It's very strange that the sun is just now finally setting. It is 7:30. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad we've gained daylight. I've just been spending the last couple hours reading, about like 100 pages into Lore of the Wilds. I really like all of the little details. There's a bit in the book where Lore is taken into the Fae Kingdom, and she is told to shower, and they have all these nice smelling soaps and stuff for her to shower with, except they don't have products for her hair. And Lore has very curly hair.
her hair is all tangled, it's messy, and she doesn't have the right products to make her hair, you know, how she normally wears it. And there's a bit in the book where they go on a venture to the Fae market to get supplies, like clothing for Laura because she didn't bring anything, and hair products. And I think it is just such a lovely detail. It is just such an endearing detail to include Laura going shopping for these hair products, and she picks up a bottle. Her guard, Asher, tells her that those products aren't worth buying. They fill them up with air and charge you the same amount as another person he buys his hair products from. And he recommends her hair products, and I just found that to be so cute, so endearing, and just such a lovely little detail. I do really appreciate that. And I was talking to Peter about the book, and he said that it sounds great, and that, you know, it's great to have this kind of representation in fairy tales, and, you know, that people of color don't have to be siloed into categories of writing and to having to write about their traumas. They can also write fairy tales, they can write magic, they can write love. You know, we can be all of these things because we are all of these things. And so it's just really refreshing to kind of see these little details whittled into the story. I hope that all kind of makes sense, but I am really enjoying it. I'm finding it to be really endearing, and I just really appreciate that maybe even if this isn't a new take on Fae or isn't trying to do anything wild and make a statement, that, you know, Black people deserve fairy tales too, and I deserve to see myself in a fairy tale. Anyways, I'm on my soapbox right now. I haven't even been reading for like the last 3 hours. I'm about like 100 pages into the book, but I've been playing Absu on the PS5. There it is. You can't really tell what's going on. I may make a TikTok about it, but Absu is a game that released in like 2015, I think, and I've never played it before. I've never even heard of it until Peter brought it up, but it's just an underwater exploration game. I think it's really pretty, really vibrant. So I've just been chilling with that. I feel like my anxiety has been like weirdly heightened this evening. I don't know why. I haven't been like on my phone much today. I think it's just because it's Sunday. Sunday scaries as it goes. But I think next weekend I'm gonna start committing to deleting my social media off my phone just for the weekend, just to take a break from it. You know, I'll still capture photos and videos because that's something I like doing, but it can wait for Monday. And I don't want to look at it. I don't want to obsess over my engagement, over comments. Like, it's just, I feel like it just takes away so much from me. It takes away from being present. I don't know. I may end the vlog here, even though I didn't finish Lore of the Wilds. I feel like this is a good stopping point, just so I can take the rest of the night off and just kind of recoup, play Absu, and relax. I hope you enjoyed this weird video of a week, basically like a week in my life of being unemployed and what kind of activities I go through. The week was really reading focused because I thought, you know, this could be my last week and I haven't done enough reading and I really want to dedicate a week to reading. And you know what? It's not the last week. It was really nice to get some reading done. I got a lot of reading done, more than a usual week. And so that feels really good. I am going to take the rest of the night off. I hope you all enjoyed watching this cozy little week in my life video / reading vlog, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.